Annika Pro-Am. As it says here, it will take the Gamebridge ambassador, Caitlin Clark, returns to play this Wednesday. No, not this Wednesday. In the Wednesday, November 12th, Pro-Am at Pelican Golf Club as part of the Annika Driven by Game.
The WNBA just took a step that no one anticipated. And believe me when I say that this isn't your normal league drama. We are discussing a circumstance that is so bizarre and unprecedented that it is compelled to pose a question that no one ever imagined they would have to address. What occurs when the best star in a league loses value within it and gains more outside of it? Since the WNBA is now still attempting to determine the best way to promote Caitlin Clark.
Wednesday, November 12th at Pelican Club. Pro-Am tickets are $25 and event organizers. Now peep this. Business is booming when Caitlin is involved. Pro-Am tickets are $25 and event organizers saw demand increase 1,200% for the Pro-Am because of Clark, one of the most popular figures in the sports world. 1,200%.
Perhaps the best business decision of the year was just made by the LPGA Tour. The worst part is still to come. They succeeded by doing something that the WNBA would not do, acknowledging excellence when it is directly in front of them. I'll give you an example. Pelican Golf Club in Ferry, Florida, November 12th. A golf tournament that would normally attract pro players.
Might even have they've got a statement from somebody. Caitlin Clark enjoyed her time at the Annika so much last year that she's running it back. The WNBA star will return to the LPGA Tour event at Pelican Golf Club in Bel Air, Florida, where she's scheduled to participate in the Pro-Am on November.
A few of 100 ardent golfers. However, this is not a typical situation. Caitlin Clark will be making her second consecutive appearance at the Annika Pro-Am on this day. A whole sports community is going to pause and observe, not because of the prize fund of $3.25 million, not because it's the last full-field regular season event on the LPGA Tour, but rather because everything changes the moment Caitlin Clark picks up a golf club. And I mean all of it. The previous year,
Clark had thousands. She played the front nine with the world number one Nelly Korda and back nine with golf icon Annika Sorenstam, the event's host. It was an honor to play the Pro-Am with Caitlin last year. The crowds were amazing, and we are excited for her to return to the Annika in November. Annika said she added such a great dynamic to our event, and her passion for golf and competitiveness were fun to witness first.
The numbers were truly astounding when Clark took part in this exact same event. Tickets for Pro-Am were only $25. That is less than what a good supper would cost. This is where it becomes crazy, though. Demand for tickets didn't simply rise. It didn't simply triple or double. The explosion was 1,200%. Let me reiterate that. Thus, it truly sinks in. Demand for tickets has increased by 1,200% due to the fact that one basketball player chose to attend.
Colton Herta and Marcus Erickson served as the caddies. Come on, man.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I think the cool thing about that is just you felt the energy in the room, the amount of women sitting in there and so passionate about being a leader in their space, whether it was sport, whether it's business, whatever it is. I think that was what's so cool about it, and obviously getting to sit next to Annika on stage.
Have a round of golf. Take a moment to consider that. Despite expecting to sell 1,000 tickets, the tournament organizers found that 13,000 individuals were attempting to enter. The demand reached 26,000 if they had budgeted for 2,000. It isn't typical for golf. That is buzz at the arena level. That's the kind of effect that gets sponsors to pay attention. Most sportsmen strive for that kind of cultural gravitation throughout their careers. And
special for myself, so I think a lot of things that me and Annika said is we share a lot of the same values, and I think that's really cool, being driven, but so do they at the same time. Like, obviously we're professional athletes or played sport or whatever it was, but at the same time in their lives, it all relates. And I think people at times forget that we're real humans too, and we're driven by the same things that they are, maybe just achieving things a little bit differently, and whatever it is, but you could just feel the energy and excitement in the room.
Clark increased attendance by 200% simply by attending a sport in which she does not even play professionally. Pro AAM organizations that typically only attract a dozen or two fans if they're lucky were suddenly gaining thousands of followers. There are thousands of people waiting for each swing, shot, and second. As if she were Tiger Woods in his heyday, the Golf Channel followed her down the fairway for interviews, going live in the middle of her round. Fans were enthralled. This is the point at which the narrative takes a turn that should deeply and profoundly unnerve every WNBA executive. Because the WNBA is still out there discussing whether Caitlin Clark deserves the limelight, even while the LPGA Tour is throwing a lavish party for her, recognizing her influence, and candidly acknowledging that she's fantastic for business. Give that some time to sink in. Every major American sports league is aware of Caitlin Clark's contributions. The NFL notices. The NBA notices. Baseball's major leagues notice it. It even applies to golf, which she does not play professionally. However, her own league, the league in which she really competes, continues to doubt her value. When you truly break things down, it's truly mind-blowing. The LPGA is promoting and defending Caitlin Clark's image as though she were made of solid gold, despite having no further commitment to her outside of a sponsorship agreement through GameBridge. She is being treated as though she is a generational talent. Night after night, the WNBA is allowing her to be shoved, hacked, and treated disrespectfully while pretending that she should just be appreciative of the chance. If they tried, the contrast would be even more pronounced. Are you curious about the truly insane part? GameBridge didn't even hold off on making Caitlin a WNBA sensation. She continued to smash every collegiate basketball record when she was still at Iowa when they signed her back, still laying the groundwork for what would grow to be one of the most marketable sports brands. Before the record-breaking rookie season, before the draft, and before all of this public exposure, they had the vision. Being the headline sponsor of this LPGA event, they are now making a lot of money because they saw greatness early and locked her in. Since her final year at the University of Iowa, Caitlin has had endorsement agreements with GameBridge. Before the WNBA even came into play, she was already getting to the bag. She was already a huge national brand, and firms like Nike, GameBridge, and every major network in America saw it clearly before Commissioner Kathy Angelbert even had to think about how to sell her or whether she merited the hoopla. Therefore, let's be crystal clear when individuals try to act as though Caitlin Clark should be thankful to the WNBA, as if the league helped shape who she is now. Caitlin Clark was not created by the WNBA. There were benefits for the WNBA from Caitlin Clark. Those two things are significantly different from one another, and the contrast is growing more noticeable every day. Because the WNBA doesn't seem to understand what the LPGA does. You don't attempt to dull the light of a star who attracts new viewers. You don't ask if they deserve it or not. You don't question their worth. You construct around them. You display them. You let their celebrity to elevate everyone else. It's not difficult. Actually, it's a really straightforward economic technique that has long been employed by prosperous organizations. Take a look at Caitlin's experience competing in the WNBA Prom last year. She joined world number 1 Nelly Korda in playing the front nine. She then played the back nine with the event's host, Anukika Saranam, who is among the all-time greats in golf. Furthermore, Anukika didn't merely put up with Caitlin's presence. She rejoiced. She gave it acclaim. She claimed that the audiences were in awe of Caitlin's incredible energy and that it was entertaining to observe her love of golf and competition up close. Now, compliments are not given lightly by Anukika Saranam. She is a legend who has witnessed all kinds of famous golfers pass through these tournaments. Those who come only to get a wage and pose for pictures. The people who take it lightly. However, Anukika expresses sincere appreciation for Caitlin in her remarks. When she sees a real competition, she knows it. And Caitlin is precisely that. Someone who truly loves the game, studies it, practices it, and tackles it with the same ferocity she puts into each three-point shot on a basketball court, someone who doesn't just show up for a picture. She is constantly followed by that Michael Jordan level of competition. Jordan continued to play basketball with his famed enthusiasm after he departed the floor. It continued into golf, where each stroke became into a pride-based contest. Caitlin possesses the same unwavering edge. She isn't acting as though she is interested in golf. She isn't pretending to be interested in getting sponsorship money. It is evident that she sincerely enjoys the sport. Golf luminaries are lauding her impact because of this. She is demonstrating to the next generation what true athletic enthusiasm looks like by fusing Jordan's fire with her own genuine drive. LPGA isn't hesitant about any of this, either. They freely acknowledge that they like having Caitlin Clark on board due to her excellent financial acumen. They're not trying to hide behind business jargon or act like it's about something else. They openly state that she is the primary attraction, the cause of the spike in ticket sales, and the driving force behind the broadcast trend. And they're fully accepting that truth rather than attempting to deny it or resist it. This is the hallmark of a wise collaboration. Beyond basketball, Caitlin can showcase her versatility and grow her brand. The LPGA receives a huge influx of new viewers and interest in their sport. The increased visibility helps other golfers. Gamebridge's brand relationship with both sports is strengthened. When a league recognizes its star power and builds around it rather than attempting to minimize or deny it, everyone benefits. Let's now take a moment to discuss Commissioner Kathy Angelbert, as this is where the WNBA plan starts to raise serious concerns. She maintains that the league's marketing strategy is adequate. She thinks that everyone will be lifted up by Caitlin Clark's accomplishment without the WNBA needing to take any more action. And see, there is a glimmer of truth in that notion. All boats can rise with the tide. Here's the issue, though. It only works if you take advantage of it while it's happening. This was immediately appreciated by the LPGA. They observed a 1,200% increase in tickets. Caitlin was being followed around the course by those enormous spectators. "Let's do this again," they said right away. It's not luck. That's smart, opportunistic business. You notice the moment and appreciate its worth. You take advantage of it. You then replicate what is effective. Successful businesses have been utilizing this approach for ages. What is the WNBA doing, though? Their planned marketing is nowhere to be found. For fans who wish to see Caitlin perform, where is the accessibility? When she is being physically attacked in every game, where is their biggest draw's protection? Are they merely waiting for momentum to appear out of nowhere once more? Or will they genuinely take initiative to improve upon what they already have? Because the WNBA leadership should be truly terrified by this. Anukika Saren-Stem expressed her excitement over Caitlin's return and her continued efforts to teach the next generation about the wonderful game of golf. Go over that sentence once more and give it some serious thought. Caitlin Clark is viewed as a conduit to a whole new audience by a Hall of Fame athlete from a totally unrelated sport. She is aware that Caitlin is a marketing force that transcends generations and can introduce golf to fans who have never even attended a competition. And Nukika understands. In addition to supporting Caitlin, fans move with her. Everywhere they go, they follow her. Furthermore, Anukika is astute enough to use that devotion to advance her own sport over the long haul. The WNBA, meanwhile, has yet to find out how to accomplish the same feat with their own product. Furthermore, this isn't some kind of trade secret. Examine the ecosystem that is developing around Caitlin during this occasion. Gamebridge executives, independent vehicle drivers acting as caddies, LPGA Tour players, and literally thousands of fans congregate in one location simply because she is there. It isn't hype. Cultural gravity is that. Crossover icons are created in this manner. Tiger Woods possessed it. It belonged to Michael Jordan. It belonged to Serena Williams. Caitlin Clark is currently doing it in front of us. And while one league is still disputing its veracity, another is astute enough to see it. A professional coach was actually handed video of Caitlin's golf swing by The Athletic for evaluation, as if she were a real PGA contender. A major sports media site committed significant journalistic resources to dissecting her mechanics. The verdict? She relies on unadulterated athleticism rather than refined technique. making her strong but unrefined. However, that isn't even the whole tale. The truth is that Caitlin finds contentment in all she does. Her warm-up, her swing, and even her drill shots. Everything receives national attention. When you genuinely go beyond your sport, that is what takes place. You've evolved beyond being a basketball player. You are a complete cultural phenomenon who elevates every appearance to a significant occasion. The other thing that people must comprehend is this. Due to the WNBA's extremely condensed schedule, Caitlin only participated in 13 games this season. That emphasizes how important her off-season moves are to preserving her relevance and developing her brand. During extended breaks, the majority of athletes go into the background. Fans go on. Although the focus changes, Caitlin doesn't want to go away. She maintains her visibility and relevance by being genuinely passionate.